all, and welcome to episode 2020 as an inventee of the May Contain Action podcast. My name is Paul. I am joined by my co-host, anime watcher, current, not upset about being unemployed and having time to make videos and not thinking at all about baseball, Trevor May.
Oh, saw it.
Sorted, and in this corner, it's PM. What's up, PM?
Sup?
That whole time I was
You
doing like,
wouldn't get that reference if you don't listen to Obsessed, by the way.
yeah, you won't. You won't. You got to listen to Obsessed episode 3.
That's right.
If you haven't listened to it, though, obviously listen to this show, and then you have another show. But this one's coming out first anyway, so go check that out. It comes out on Tuesday. It's good. It's good. We talk about cool stuff there. Also, by the way, the whole time I was doing like the boxing gloves and the camera and like bobbing and weaving. And then you go in this corner, and then I thought like, can Paul see me?
No shot.
Which is crazy. Like it happened in real life in my brain. I think you can see it on video where I'm like, huh?
Same page. Look at us mentally.
Crazy, dude,
we're both
crazy.
there.
Same voice, same brain.
And now, yep. Yeah, that guy's a legend.
Oh my God! Sorry. Before we get into the movie,
whoa!
Paul, how does it feel to have Jake Gyllenhaal say your name?
Oh my gosh, Jake Gyllenhaal said my name, dude. Oh, feels good.
PM, do you know about this?
Oh yeah, no, I know about this.
Yeah, this clip went everywhere. It had to have. God damn, that was the funniest thing ever. Stallion's reaction was great. Everyone was so mad. Oh no, this is gonna go right to his head. And immediately like, "What's up, everybody? Jake Gyllenhaal said my name."
It was so good. It was really his course reaction of like, I don't like that. I don't like that he said Paul's name. I don't like that.
Your last tweet was what? 20 days ago, and it is, "Hey Goliathan, Jake Gyllenhaal said my name."
Just for the listeners at home, just to fill you in real quick, we realize that there might be a couple of you that aren't aware of this. A lot of you probably do know. But we had a sponsored stream. We were talking about the movie Roadhouse, which we both enjoyed. But like we had this UFC fight tournament we did in honor of the movie to promote it. None of us played the game beforehand, except for the guy who won. He very clearly played the game. Now, I don't care what he says. He's a cheater, and he cheated by actually practicing. But at the end, Conor McGregor and Jake Gyllenhaal, the stars of the movie, were like they very clearly did like a PR thing where they were, "Hey guys, thank you for playing in the thing." They were talking to us playing in the tournament. You all did great. Now, Action Jackson, take us out. And it flashed back to Paul, and he was just like staring at the camera, open mouth, like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that just happened."
It was so great.
And they didn't tell me. Jealous. I was a little jealess. I didn't know. I didn't even know they were gonna come up. So they said, they said competitors. I was like, that's me. So I got pumped by being lumped into the word competitors, and you got your name said, which is
came out of his mouth. Yeah, and then Conor McGregor smiled next to him. So basically, that Conor McGregor also knows who I am. So it's a big deal. Big deal. I'm known now.
It is really funny though. You could tell they were like, "Why are we doing this?"
It looked like they were being held there at gunpoint.
Yeah, it looked like that was the last thing they did. And they had been doing something for 12 hours. They were like, "All right,
like a hostage video.
Can we leave?
Yeah.
Who cares about the UFC tournament?"
Exactly.
But,
oh my gosh, it was great.
You'll never forget it. So you got him. Never. You got Jake Gyllenhaal. You got T-Pain now. Like, dude, you're famous as hell.
Dude, I'm like so famous, but people just like saying my name. Not having any actual interaction with me or knowing me on a personal level, but they've said my name before, and that feels like enough.
It is.
It is enough. We got way off topic.
Paul,
thank you for bringing that up, though.
You're welcome.
I'm famous
Paul,
now.
it's your movie, though, right?
It's my movie. I'll intro it by reading these Letterboxd reviews.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's hop into it. First Letterboxd review.
Loved the movie. Can we tell what the movie is first?
We should do the movie first? Oh, okay. No, you're right. We should just say the movie.
I mean, it's going to be in the title, so like.
No, you're right. No, it's okay. They know.
They know.
It's Jurassic Park. We watched Jurassic Park.
Got him.
Yeah, it's Jurassic Park. We watched Jurassic Park. We're going to get all the stats here in a second. The original, the OG Jurassic Park, which I have not seen since we watched it now in a very long time. A lot of stuff happened I don't remember. All right. First one, loved it. This one's by Sierra. She gave it 5 stars. She said, I strongly relate to Jeff Goldblum in this film because in this scenario, I too would just walk around being sexy and flirting with Laura Dern, then get injured at literally the first instance of danger and spend the rest of the time lying dramatically on a table, still being sexy and annoying everyone with my top off this time. That had 0 periods in it. That was just a full paragraph.
Talk about a run-on.
Talk about a run-on.
She's passionate.
I kind of agree. I would also I didn't know. Also, I was watching this with Tirza, and Tirza was like, oh, Laura Dern. I'm like, how the frick do you know who Laura Dern is? Like, this is the only thing she's ever done. Anyway, next one. I digress.
She's in Twin Peaks, isn't she?
She is?
Yeah, she's in a lot of things.
I think she's in E.T.
Yeah. I don't really like you guys contradicting me in the middle.
She's in like every Spielberg movie in the 90s.
Yeah, I don't really appreciate it. All right. This one's from Ellie.
Continue.
This is 4.5 stars. Those dinosaurs were all lesbians, and they were all valid.
True.
Very true.
True, Ellie.
She was in Star Wars: The Last Jedi, by the way. I don't know. Sorry.
You're going too far now.
Yeah.
You're going too far, PM. Dial it back.
All right.
No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't. All right, this one's from James Shafrilius. What a name. 4 stars. Dope as hell movie. Would have liked more Jeff Goldblum and less stupid ass kids, though.
So, but seriously, stop screaming.
Yes.
They know where you are when you do that.
I think we all, without breaking too many things already, I think we all can agree the minute the girl pulled the flashlight out of the car, we were like, you dumb bitch. We were like, you're so fucking stupid.
Turn the light off. She's like, what, you mean shine it into its eyes? We'll get into that.
Oh my gosh. All right. Hated it reviews. 0.5 star from Kim. Where are girls?
True.
There's a ton. Like what do you mean?
There's 2 women in the
all the dinosaurs movie. Were.
There's actually more females than there are males in the whole movie, so maybe you should back off.
That's
all
true.
Right?
That's true.
There's dramatically more females than males. Just by pure numbers. Stevie NSFW said 0.5 star. Ice Age was better.
I can't lie. This one might be true.
Ice Age was better. Okay, that was good. And then a 0.5 star from Quinn. She said, I just didn't like it.
I mean, valid.
This is something.
Quinn,
this is something my wife would say about like a classic movie that we all love. She'd just be like, I just didn't like it.
Yeah, like the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
I just didn't like it.
Yeah, I know.
You just can't argue with that.
Oh my gosh, that's great. I love that. Okay, so hopping into industry stats. Yes, we did watch Jurassic Park. The release date was June 11th, 1993. I was 3. The director is Steven Spielberg. Box office approximately grossed $1.033 billion.
Pretty good.
That's nuts.
Pretty good.
That's crazy. Budget is estimated between 63 to 65% of An Emperor's New Groove.
That's my guy right there. $65 million? How?
65 million.
In what world, man?
With all that CGI? I mean, that was like...
I mean, a lot of animatronics even. Like, that's
astounding.
Not,
True.
That's not cheap.
I don't know how they did that. That is incredible.
It's crazy.
Production companies with Universal and Amblin Entertainment, which I feel like we saw a lot.
Entertainment.
Ambient Entertainment. This movie put you to sleep.
Universal.
Now, awards and nominations. It won Best Visual Effects, obviously, because it was freaking amazing, groundbreaking for the time. Best Sound Mixing, Best Sound Editing. I noticed it didn't win Best Score for John Williams.
Nah, he's too busy winning everything else.
Weird.
I wonder what did.
Right? If John Williams and Jurassic Park didn't win, then what did?
Well, he made Spielberg
Schindler's
in 93
List.
Also made Schindler's List.
Which is John Williams.
John Williams won for a different movie.
Wait, that same year?
Yeah, they both did both movies, and it's a huge thing. He one wrapped, the other one started literally the same week or something. It's crazy.
No, I didn't know that. Oh, that's awesome.
It's
very
Spielberg
cool.
literally is like, they're like, we're about to do Jurassic Park. He's like, I think I need to do Schindler's List, guys.
Wow.
I need to do this movie. It's crazy. That story's crazy. He does an interview where he talks about it. You're like,
that's very cool.
You're nuts. But John Williams like, I'll do both. Okay.
It's back when he was a young man. BAFTA Awards that won Best Special Effects. And cast and crew, we got Sam Neill. Am I saying that right? Neil? Is it Neil?
Neil.
Sam Neill.
As Dr. Alan Grant. Laura Dern as Dr. Ellie Sattler. The one and only Jeff Goldblum as Dr. Ian Malcolm. Richard Attenborough as John Hammond. And then we have a bunch of supporting cast, including Bob Peck, Martin Ferrera, B.D. Wong, Samuel L. Jackson.
You might have heard him.
him.
B.D. Wong, too, actually. He's in a lot of stuff.
B.D. Wong?
Yeah.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, he's in a lot of he
yes,
actually
B.D.
plays
Wong.
like the same role in a lot of
he's
movies.
Always that guy.
The stuck-up scientist? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
He's
stuck-up,
like,
yeah.
He was like, they're all female. They're not going to reproduce.
He was in
this
something.
is foolproof.
Duh. You ever seen two ladies make a baby?
In
no.
Something too.
Oh yeah, he's in all the Jurassic Parks, like all the new ones too. That's right. They kept him going too. That's right.
He's in all the new ones too?
Yeah.
The doctor that messed the whole thing up? Oh, all right. Well,
Just keep
good idea.
up.
Hey,
Seems
life's
smart.
about second chances.
Yeah.
And then obviously, the music's John Williams.
Oh yeah, John, of course. All right.
Hop in. Let's do this thing. PM does have a second or a thing to do tonight, so we are going to go at this. All right. Guess the ratings. What do we got from the boys? PM, start us off. You remember?
Yeah,
the
real
scales,
quick. Can
right?
you give me the scales
okay.
again?
No.
Instead of 100 of Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb is 8.2 and letter. Oh, I just told you what it was. Well, that's
all right. 8.2 IMDb. That's my answer.
IMDb is out of 10 and Letterboxd is out of 5.
I'm gonna go 8.1 on IMDb. For some reason, I feel like it's very close.
All right.
Yeah.
And we're playing the opposite of prices, right? So you can't go over, Paul. So if you do 8.3, you lose. Sorry.
Okay, you don't make it the rules, bud. Keep guessing.
No, I'm gonna say Rotten Tomatoes. I'm gonna say it's a 97, and Letterboxd, I'm gonna go 4.
Okay. Rotten Tomatoes 94. IMDb, I'm feeling in the 80s. I'm gonna say 81.9. Letterboxd, I'm gonna say 4.7.
Ooh, 4.7. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. It is Rotten Tomatoes is a 92. IMDb is an 8.4. Got it. No, I'm just kidding. It's an 8.2. I really did mess that up. 8.2 in IMDb, and then Letterboxd is a 4.1, which is also very, very good. 4.7. I don't know if there is a 4.7 on it. I haven't seen anything over a 4.5.
Yeah, I kind of went swinging for that one.
It's a toughie. But
yeah, I get
4.1's a good score. 4 was a really good guess. PM, those are some. That's probably the closest you've been, frankly. So
yeah,
good job.
Usually pretty bad.
Didn't I have a week where I went undefeated?
I feel like the first week we did this, you nailed.
No, it was 2 weeks ago. I wiped the floor with Paul.
No, I don't think so.
Bodied him.
You destroyed him in the budget game. You definitely did that.
Yes, that's right. That's what it was. Yeah, wrecked him in the budget game. Correct. You're correct on that.
You didn't wreck me in any budget. Nope, we're good.
Blew him out.
All right, the Vivian Ward Award. Best opening scene. Gentlemen, what do we got?
10.
Let's start with Trev. Not talking to you, PM. Let's start with Trev.
I got an 8. I got an 8 for the Vivian Ward. It's very good. It's like, hey, dinosaurs. And they're kind of mean.
Yeah.
And
yes.
The guy got
He did.
I was confused. I'm like, why? If you guys are like, we literally brought dinosaurs back to life, blah blah, but you need a human being to go lift the gate, just have a machine do it.
Yeah, I agree.
We should probably have everything automated. No one should have to get near these things, frankly.
It's perfect. I agree. I'm gonna give this one an 8. But not because everything made sense. It's because it's exactly what the movie was going to be. It's going to be a bunch of guys really scared, doing a bunch of unnecessary manual things that should be handled by either a pulley system at the very least,
Anything
if not some sort of hydraulic system, and a guy dies right off the rip. And you think to yourself,
he called him Bridgeman. He's like, Bridgeman.
Yeah, I think you said Bridgeman. Yeah.
He's like,
so it was like, lift the gate. Also, what's the point in the very beginning when they shove that thing up against the opening, when it goes from like red to yellow to green, if it doesn't then lock in place?
Yeah, it slides back.
It all the Raptor had to do was bang against the other side.
I think this is the reason why I said 10, because it's a great foreshadow for how everything fails. Every single thing they had technological wise failed in that moment.
Okay, right? So maybe it was latched, but then it failed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We
maybe
just didn't see a latch. It would have been nice to, I don't know, see a latch break or something, or open again. But
shoot her.
That's all I can think of.
Like shoot her, and everyone's just electrocuting her, and I'm like, does anyone have a gun? The one guy with a gun dropped it to try to pull him out. Like, so I was like,
the one guy with a gun.
Yeah, anyone shoot it. But
I always watch these movies and like I think of the scene when the T-Rex broke through and got through the cars. My first thought is, some like massive helicopter bullet would just fucking fry this guy right now. Like, let's be honest. Like, if they have a helicopter with a gun machine, that thing is going down. Like, it's not surviving 4 steps outside of that.
All you need is a gun machine. True.
A gun machine, not a machine gun.
Gun machine.
No.
Gun machine.
Gun is also a machine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to. But yeah,
we're very smart.
It was also obviously great, but yeah, does it set up the movie? Sure. Does the guy get eaten? Yes. You're like, I'm about to watch a movie about dinosaurs, and a guy gets eaten. People are gonna get eaten. I'm terrified. Which 6-year-old me was like, oh no. And I'm with you, Paul. I didn't watch it. I watch it fully through at like 9, and then have not watched it fully through since.
Exactly. Yeah, there's so much stuff that happened. I was like, I forgot all of this.
Because it just comes on. Really? I'm like, no, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready.
I forgot about the opening scene. I forgot about the first 20 minutes of this movie, at least.
Oh, it's the best part. It is the best part, especially with the meeting with Dennis at the lunch table. Is like one of the best scenes of all time. Dogson, look at that. He's like, see, no one cares. No one gives a shit. I love that. Like, he's so funny. And then I was looking for this category, but we used to have a category of like things you'd want to take home, and for me, it's always been the Barbasol can with like the little.
Oh, that thing's amazing!
Like, for some reason, that stands out.
Barbasol can is sick.
And he sprays it on the lady's like random apple pie that's sitting to the left, and I'm like, oh my god,
Dotson, we got Dotson here. So is that your favorite scene? Is that, I mean, we'll get right into it. Ents attack Isengard. Best scene.
No,
start us off, man.
It's definitely not one of my There's so many good ones. I think one of my favorites was the first time that they saw the dinosaur, and just kind of things go silent. He you don't see what it is, but like you can tell the expressions are going insane, and then the music plays, the John Williams score, and you're just like, oh fuck, this is like good 90s right here. Like, this is like a hit to the veins. This is what I'm looking for. That was good. It just felt like you were really actually seeing the dinosaurs for the first time with them. So that was great. But I honestly, nothing to me will ever beat every scene that the T-Rex was in. Like the electricity going off and the electric fence breaking, with the water cup bouncing, that was a great way to bring that in. And what's his name? The lawyer's like, oh, it's probably just the electrical turning back on, but like it slowly gets bigger and slowly gets bigger. And then, him getting destroyed in the toilet was great too. And the waterfall one,
it's not that kind of movie.
When they're, I know, right? When the T-Rex in the waterfall, that was like, for me as a kid, I was like, dude, that's fucking terrifying. When he has like his nose in or something like that, dude, I was just like, oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
So I would say all of those were, any scene that it was in was probably like the best scenes, and they knew that too, which is probably why they put a large portion of that budget towards the animatronics to make it look legit. Like when you first see it with the goat, like it's a legit live action piece that like comes up, and you're just like, fuck, that looks so good. And then the rest of it is CGI, but they knew what they were doing with that.
The practical effects were really good. Yes.
Yeah.
1993, great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 93. Yeah, damn.
64% of An Emperor's New
man.
Groove.
It still kind of scared me last night. I'll be honest.
Really?
There's moments where I was just like, dude, the way the tenseness of these.
Oh, I was
tension.
yeah. It was clenching for sure. Even though I knew it was going to happen, everything, it was still.
You know
100%.
it. Not to completely sidetrack to the other movie, but the Jurassic Park 2, when the T-Rex goes to the city, that used to scare the shit out of me as a kid. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen that one, but
T-Rex was that 2 or 3? I thought
it was either 2 or 3. I can't remember, but they bring the T-Rex back for some stupid fucking reason, and it breaks 3 and like goes through like a neighborhood with like a dog in the backyard. And like, I just will never forget like the kid that's sleeping in his bed, waking up and seeing like a T-Rex face in the window.
Oh, sure. That'll mess you up.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I was like, geez.
That'll mess you up. Okay. Let's see. Favorite scene for me, it's got to be the original T-Rex scene when the power goes out. I mean, that's just iconic. But mainly when with Dr. Allen. Can't remember. No, not Dr. Allen. What's the main character's name?
Yeah, Alan, right?
Oh yeah, Alan. Yeah, Alan Grant. Yeah, Alan Grant. When he takes the flare, he like just whips it back and forth. Something about that was just
in the rain.
I don't know why, but as a kid, it was like reassuring. Like, this guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. Exactly.
And it worked. Immediately worked. And that was great. And then what's his name? Dr. Malcolm gets out of the car. Hey. Like, no, man. Like, what are you doing?
Goldblum right there, brother. Hey. That's very much him. And then he's like, I'll kite it to the bathroom the guy's hiding in, which is so funny.
So good.
So funny. I'm going to take him right to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hope you weren't trying to stay safe in there because this is happening now. So yeah, that scene is great.
Just committing murder. Yeah, sure.
Yes. But that one's so good, but my ultimate scene is just a very weird, very niche scene. I freaking love it so much though. It's when what's her name? Sattler is going to turn on the breakers and she's being guided by Dr. Hammond, and she gets there and he's like, all right, there's a flat lever. It's gray. You have to pump it. Like, something was very like ASMR visceral about that, like pumping it, and then all the switches she turned on.
Yeah.
I love that scene. I was like, I want a wall of switches. I can't wait to just hit switches. So fun. That was my weird niche one.
It was an interesting detail they added with the because you literally would have to do that. You have to prime it. You would have to prime a generator.
Is that real? I never understood the point of that. I don't know.
Yeah. So have you ever? Do you remember ever? I mean, I know you have an electric lawnmower now, right?
Yeah.
So like, remember back when you had gas ones, you had to prime them.
Yes.
So like, it's just you have to get enough charge to light the fuse. You have to get
really?
something to pop a fuse so that then it can light the whole thing. It's so it's like almost like you're starting up a pilot light, but you have to pump it to get the you're manually making a little bit of electricity to start the thing. So
wow.
That's a real thing. Like, and if anyone made the movie now, they would just be like, push the button, and then you push it, and then you move on.
Yeah.
Spielberg very clearly wants to make sure he's using like these real things to add more tension. There's a couple other little tiny details before I talk about the scene that I like. For example, Samuel L. Jackson's like, oh, come on. He's trying to figure out the thing, and you see his cigarette burning down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, we're running out of time.
And
I'm like, that is awesome. The whole water shaking thing is iconic.
Yes.
It's funny that you brought up him seeing the dinosaurs for the first time, because now I can only think of that meme video of the recorder going.
It's so hard not to hear it. It's so hard not to hear it.
Yeah, hard not to hear it. And like they're like floating around and running into each other. I'm like, okay. It still makes me laugh to this day, but it was good to watch it again because there's kind of like two moments when they see the first one, then they see all the rest of them. Which honestly, great reaction. Exactly how anyone else would react. I would be terrified, but at the same time, man, I love the long necks or whatever they're called now. But I think the best scenes were for me, obviously the T-Rex scene. There's literally no audio either. It's just T-Rex walking around, and then rain, and then the sound of the cable snapping. Dude.
Yeah. Iconic
the
sound.
lamb leg.
Yeah. Oh, so good. So you're like, shit. And then, of course, she's screaming and she does a bunch of dumb stuff. The girl does. But even how the dinosaur or even the T-Rex attacks the car because it thinks it's alive. It's like, I don't know what this is. Like, it's died.
That
Stop
was cool.
moving. Shut up. Like, you're annoying. You're annoying me. He's not trying to eat anything. He's just like, shut up. And if she just shut up, he would have probably just left.
Exactly.
But she wouldn't because she's.
Nope.
But then again, she is also being smushed under a car. So I can't say that I would be silent at that moment.
Yeah.
I'd be
very
terrified.
True.
Yeah.
I'd boot myself.
But I also loved the kitchen scene with the raptors.
Yes.
When she debates it to run into a mirror, got him. Loved it.
Dude, I mean, that wasn't intentional though on her part.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't at all. But I was like, I couldn't remember. I was like, oh no. Oh, and then it just takes a header. I was like, yeah, you accidentally got it. But they're smart. They're not that smart. But the best moment I think in the entire movie is when the raptor is going to the kitchen and like looks in the window and then snorts into the thing. I am like, dude, can you just go in? Like, I'm tired of waiting. I'm scared, so scared. Just, can we get through this? And it was just, they drag it out so long. And but it's exactly like if it were a dinosaur just learning like what the hell's going on. It's not like trying to kill everything. It's just like, what the hell is this? And that was brought up before by Dr. Allen, saying humans are now with dinosaurs for the first time. And it's very confusing. And there's some crazy stuff going to happen. And these dinosaurs are like, I'm confused as hell. I'm not trying to be aggressive. I'm just aggressive. I want to know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. It's very, very confusing to me. And they did that really well. Like, you got that vibe. I don't know. It was just.
Yeah, it's a good point.
This is scary. And also, I kind of feel like I get it. I get why this isn't just a monster chasing humans. This is what would happen.
It's not like inherently evil or anything like that.
Yeah,
it's
just not
like
inherently evil.
It's
it's nice to not have that be the reason things are happening in a movie.
Like the Twister, you know?
The Twister was evil.
Well, you don't know what it's like to have a Twister skip over the house. And skip over the house. It ain't good for you.
Grow up, idiot. No wonder we're
sorry
getting
your
divorced.
dad died. It was a long time ago.
It's a callback to
right in front of you, Joe. Yes,
right in front of you. But what about worst shots and worst scenes? I want to really quickly touch on one.
Okay, you got one.
There is one is just over the top. The freaking slow zoom in on Jeff Goldblum with the shirt open.
I love it, dude.
And he was just like leaning like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "This is too low. Come on!" But it was also great. It's just I rolled my eyes. I rolled them so crazy. But when they're crawling in the roof, they're crawling in the roof. And the raptor's like looking up at the roof, and then its head comes through, and then it falls really far.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, did it jump and like hover at the top? I'm like, was it standing on something? How did that just happen physically?
Yeah.
That didn't make any sense. That was like the only one where I was like, that whole thing didn't make sense to me.
I actually didn't think about that to this very moment.
It like jumped up and its head stayed in the hole for like 5 seconds.
You're right. I'm like, the safest place to be is in the ceiling. They can't.
Yeah, it can't get up there. It can't climb up. It can't pull itself. It can jump.
Probably they can levitate. And then when
its way in, but
when Alan kicks the ladder down after they climb up into it, I was like, they can't. Smart. Like, look,
you're good.
It's not gonna know what. Yeah, come on.
They don't know how to use a ladder. It's like,
come on. They're really smart though.
It's not like they had ladders 16 million billion years ago.
But
he's like, oh yeah.
But Alan's like, you know what? I'm not gonna chance this shit because all these things were supposed to be women and they had babies. So
yeah, that's true. Spontaneously became males.
Can it open the door and it literally turns the handle? I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
Smarter than a dog. For
sure. Yeah. Well, my friend's dog did that to me the other day. It was outside and it opened my back door and walked in. So
cool. I have a cat that does that. A local cat that jumps up and tries to pull on the handle all the time.
Yikes.
Like, 2 corgis. They can't jump that high. It's perfect.
No. Corgis are probably the best.
Face on the thing. Any worse shot scenes for you that where you're like, that was goofy? Anything?
I just didn't like when he knocked the ladder down. That was my thing. I thought that was a little dumb.
You didn't have any?
I didn't have any that were.
He's like, it was perfect.
Yeah, I put that in there just because I wanted to say what I just said. But other than that, dude, it's pretty flawless, frankly.
Yeah.
Well, what about favorite characters then? What are we thinking there? PM, you start us off that?
I mean, I think Ian is probably going to be everyone's favorite.
Ian Malcolm.
And I love Dennis too. I know he's the antagonist and he's the evil guy, but his character was so fucking good. Like he did such a good job with that. This, the scene, especially at the end where he crashes his Jeep in like the mud pit and all those little, whatever looking dinosaurs get him. Like he was so good. So I would say those two for sure.
Oh, do you notice, by the way, in that scene, that he did something that people don't realize when he put his hood up? So he put his hood up when he's talking to the thing. They saw him do the thing they do when they're getting aggressive.
Yeah, and they put theirs up.
And they put theirs up. So that's why he kept following him. Because he did something that was like challenging and then tried to walk away. So it kept following him.
Oh.
Yeah, he put his hood up right in front of it, like a big yellow hood, and then the thing does it, and he's got the hood, or he's got the big yellow, fins.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so they added that in just so that you could like pick up on like he doesn't know that. Obviously, he's an idiot. But also his desk was chef's kiss. I would definitely.
Yeah, that was so good.
I love that they're on like a shared workspace, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna pile wrappers.
Yeah. Dr. Pepper wrappers and a bunch of cigarettes.
Just sipping.
An asshole to everybody.
Sipping a soda remember when people just like drank sodas all the time?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that when he was drinking the soda, I was like, remember people just drinking sodas?
Yeah.
Like I know people still do, and no disrespect to people who do, but like it feels like not nearly as prevalent as it used to be. People just drinking soda like casually.
Like a can. Like a can of soda too.
Like a can.
Like who's buying a 12-pack and just going to the fridge and getting 12 ounces over and over again?
Exactly. It's beer or water, man. Like pick a lane. You know what I mean? It's just soda. Get out of here.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Grow up,
Grow up. I want to say my favorite characters for this. Obviously Jeff Goldblum. Fantastic. Loved him. But my all-time favorite. Sorry, PM, were you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah, why?
Okay, just making sure. My favorite character was I was checking it. Robert Muldoon. Robert Muldoon. He was the Velociraptor like guy in charge with the safari dude with the high socks and the hat.
Yeah.
Loved that dude.
Cool shorts,
Loved
dude.
him. What's that in the shorts? Did you see the quads on that man?
Ripped.
He was
they were like, how can we get Steve Irwin, but like way more badass? And then they just found that guy. Yeah.
It was so
real life Nigel Thornberry.
It was. I mean,
callback.
If you get a chance, check out him and Dr. Sadler walking out of the control room together into the daylight, and look at those glistening quads. Just jacked.
I love this scene where like they initialize the first go around of the tour, and then they get to the Tyrannosaurus Park, and everyone's like chatting, having conversations. Just out of nowhere, he goes, "Quiet." They're approaching the Tyrannosaurus Rex den, and everyone's like, "Oh fuck, okay, like, sounds good." Like he was so like, could you imagine just being in a work setting and someone just goes, "Quiet, the boss is coming." We'd be like, "Shut the fuck up."
Whatever, Robert. It's the 90s, man. They didn't have that kind of self-awareness back then.
Whatever, Robert.
Yes, I love. So his name is Bob Peck. The actor's name is Bob Peck. Robert Muldoon is fantastic. I mean, he's the reason I'm in love with the Spaz shotgun. I mean, when that came to Call of Duty, I was like, the Jurassic Park shotgun. Cool, nice. That's what I thought.
I actually knew that too. I was like, that's a Spaz, Kate. Like,
that's a Spaz.
Like you can fire that thing off crazy, which was weird because they kept like shooting 3 times. Like it's empty. I'm like, no, you're gonna get 8 shots in there, bro.
Did no one bring extra shells? Yeah.
Yeah. What are we doing?
And then secondary, of course, had to give a shout to Ray Arnold. Ray Arnold, Mr. Arnold in the movie. Samuel L. Jackson's character. He was great. Yeah. He's just eternally bothered. And it was also weird seeing Samuel L. Jackson in like a B list role.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're so used to him being the A-lister, and he was like kind of secondary, but he's fantastic. He's great. Him just on that cigarette this whole time. Also, I know I hadn't seen this in a while because I never understood as a kid who Mr. Arnold was when Sattler was going to look for him and like calling out his name when she went to go turn on the generator or whatever. Like, I don't know who that guy is. I don't know why there's an arm. I don't understand that.
I didn't realize that Samuel L. Jackson's character went to go do that himself and then obviously died.
Mm-hmm.
No idea.
I mean, his arm's in it later, you know.
Yeah, but it's kind of like a lighter arm. Like, it's not really as dark as Samuel L. Jackson's skin tone to me. I was like, who's that white guy's arm? I don't know.
Hey, what white guy got eaten? Where's Arnold?
Yeah, I was like, oh no. Stuff.
Yeah, this came out the year before Pulp Fiction. So this was like one of his first kind of breaks on a big movie. Not first breaks. I mean, he was in a lot of other stuff, but like, you know, he's starting to get more into the main role, and then Pulp Fiction really took it off. But yeah, I was like, Samuel L. Jackson's in Jurassic Park. Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
he's a scientist that's just smoking a pack of cigarettes.
Dude, the movies he's been in, like the list of movies he's been in is incredible.
Samuel L. Jackson's one of the most accomplished actors of our lifetimes.
I mean, he really is.
He's incredible.
He truly is. Yeah. Like him and Morgan Freeman. They're just icons. For me, favorite characters. First of all, Dr. Sattler, only sane person, including Alan. He's still doing crazy stuff.
True.
She's like, hey, can we stop being nuts? Give it up. They're eating us. We don't need, it didn't work. Let's get out of here. And he's like, okay. I'm like, yes, of course. The woman has to explain how crazy this is, and we have to leave. And she also, when she runs to the shed, which is an underground bunker, and she's terrified, so she gets inside, and you're like, yeah, I would do that too. I'd be like, oh god. She thought she was just gonna get freaking laid out by a raptor at any moment.
Act like you didn't do that for any scenario as a kid ever. That's how I ran to anything ever.
It reminded me of running home from my friend's house in the dark.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You slam the door, and you're like,
yeah, exactly. I'm like, I think maybe that's why I do it. And then and then she left, and she's just in tears. I'm like, yeah. She's like, I just had an arm on me. I ran away from a dinosaur, and I love dinosaurs. Now I don't.
Yeah, I barely
having
survived.
Fun, and it was great. Like, I was like, just really good acting. Like, they all kind of just did really good jobs of like visceral fear. Oh, when the little girl goes, he left us.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into the quotes. That was one of them, but he left us, and he's like, I'm not gonna leave you. And I'm like, that's exactly how that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
She's scared in general, but she's like, doesn't want to be left. And I'm like,
exactly.
Yes. So good. And then also I like Ian, but he's Jeff Goldblum, man. And like, you know, I don't think this was Jeff Goldblum's peak. That's obviously Independence Day, but he's the exact same guy.
Really? You think his peak is Independence Day?
No, I don't think his peak is Independence Day. That's a joke because that movie's hilarious. I love that movie, but it's
a great movie.
It's objectively not a. It's a great movie, but is it a great movie? You know what I mean? It is really good though. It has a lot of the same things from this. We should do that one day. I think maybe this summer.
There's a lot of movies
around.
Yes.
I don't know. July,
maybe
a holiday.
July 4th.
July 4th. So yeah, I Jeff Goldblum. I don't know. He's just charming as hell, man. He does a really good. It's because that's how he is in real life. But
yes,
just it doesn't feel like he's acting at all. Which is,
it doesn't. It feels like they just invited him to be on the movie with him.
Hey, you want to make a cameo as yourself?
Exactly.
He's like, I'm a scientist. He's like, yeah, you are. Let's do this. Say some witty ass shit, and he does. Let's get into that too. Let's get some quotes. Paul, do you want to start us with quotes? Because I
got a couple.
Started in a while. Yeah, do it.
Got a couple. Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. I mean, I think the most iconic one is probably "Welcome to Jurassic Park." It's fantastic. Mm-hmm. It's epic. It's legendary. Dr. Hammond says it. It's fantastic. A little more serious one that I wasn't actually sure if came from this movie, because I know I've heard it before. But again, as a kid, all the information just went over my head. So the whole dinner or lunch scene where they're like talking about the ethics of opening the park and all this kind of stuff, and Jeff Goldblum's character is actually really cool and very well thought out. He's like, your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should. And I feel like that has been said a lot. Sorry, excuse me. You bleep that out. Said a lot recently of like weird things that could happen, like cloning people or animals, like CRISPR, gene editing, all this kind of stuff is like they were preoccupied with whether or not they could. They I think if they should. Love that one. And then finally, what's my last one here? Oh yeah, said if the Pirates of the Caribbean breaks down, the pirates don't eat the tourists.
You know what thought that gave me? I was like, so the first thought that came into my head was, had Pirates of the Caribbean the movie come out already? And I was like, wait, no, those movies are based on a ride, you idiot.
Wait, they're based on the ride?
The ride came first, yeah.
The ride came first, yeah.
Literally, the whole movie's based on an attraction at Universal Studios.
I didn't know that.
Which also who made the movie, so that was also there's some product placement in here, Barbasol. But
Barbasol.
But that's just what the 90s were. So.
Oh yeah. Anyway, those are my quotes. Love those ones.
Should I go?
You go.
Sure. Yeah.
Live your life.
Man. I mean, obviously, hold on to your butts.
True. Yes.
Come on.
You're right. I had to
Samuel L. Jackson goes, hold on to your butts. Does he ever say the word butts again in a movie? No. It's asses every time. You know, he watched that. He's like, God damn it.
I said butts.
I gotta wipe this off my record. I gotta swear. But yeah, that's solid. You know, I'm like, it's gonna get real.
Oh yeah.
When Dr. Sattler yells, "You never had control. That's the illusion." Oof. Got it. Because it's all about like them playing God, right? And we had all the things that Ian said earlier. It was like, stop playing God. We would be fine if you just didn't try to play God and just let it happen. Also, someone mentioned, this is random. This was one of the Letterboxd reviews that did not make it in. Someone's like, why didn't they just only do the herbivores? It would have been cool still. I was like, yeah, well, it would have been.
I thought about that.
Really, really would have been.
Would have been.
Yeah, they really took some chances here.
Maybe like one T-Rex.
Yeah, like one in one big like closed arena or something, and it can't go anywhere. It's like made of concrete. The thing can't get out. That's the only way you do it.
Exactly.
And then one more Ian quote: "The lack of humility before nature is being displayed here is staggers me." That's how he started his monologue. Which, I was like, he's about to spit.
Yeah, he had a good little monologue in that scene. I liked it a lot.
And then he just takes his shirt off. He literally gets knocked out and takes his shirt off for the rest of the movie. But
well, all of his wisdom was in like one scene, so they're like, we got some time.
He's right though. And then he just like, can I hit on your wife?
Yeah, the entire movie.
Because she's the only woman here. Because there's no women anywhere.
There's no women. A lot of lady dinosaurs though.
Yeah.
There's that.
I have two, both from Ian.
Naturally.
Exactly. But one was when they were looking at the eggs for the first time, and he kind of goes on this existential crisis rant about like life. And then the basically he was like, it doesn't matter if they're all female. And he's like, no, it kind of does. And he goes, well, life finds a way. And I think that's a good one. Just kind of the way he said it to obviously set up for the future of the movie was pretty powerful. And then the one where they're in the T-Rex park, and this is where like there's no sound, it's raining, and out of nowhere he just goes, God creates dinosaurs, God destroys dinosaurs, God creates man, man destroys God, man creates dinosaurs. Like, it's again harping back on the playing God thing. And then the Laura Dern's character goes, dinosaurs eat man, woman rule the world.
Oh yeah, woman inherits the earth. Yes.
Inherits the earth. And I was like, yeah, that's so good. It's like those two were definitely good.
Woman inherits the earth.
And she kind of like smirks. They're looking at the face of like the most like lethal killing thing in history, and they have a time for a joke. Like, I love that.
You gotta cope.
Gold bloom. Oh, she also says, we can discuss sexism later. I gotta go turn on the power or whatever. The second half of it. When he's like, I should go because, you know, you're a you and I'm a me. And she goes, what, old? You don't have many more years? I wanted him to hit him with that. Which, if it were made again, that's probably what she would have said.
Yes.
Way more snarky. But instead, she's just the consummate professional.
Of course.
Just most locked in person at anybody. Which, is that surprise? Nope.
Yeah. Only one who had her shit together the entire movie.
Of course she did. And they're all alive because of her.
Exactly.
So, what about recasting? So, I actually have a few, but I actually don't have one for Ian because I don't think anyone but Jeff Goldblum could do it.
Yeah, good point.
It's the old Gronk situation. But for the other three, I got one. Do you guys have some?
I got a couple.
Go take us out. Take us in.
All right, really easy, real quick here. Dr. Ellen Grant, Hugh Jackman. I think it'd be cool to see Hugh Jackman play Dr. Alan Grant. That'd be cool. I think he could portray that pretty well. For Ellie Sattler, Jessica Chastain.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's
Bryce
good.
Dallas Howard was already taken, so Jessica Chastain would be pretty good. And then I do actually have one for Ian Malcolm.
Okay.
A little bit strange, a little bit weird, but I think he's eccentric enough he could probably do it. Tom Hiddleston. Tom Hiddleston would be interesting.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one.
I think Loki could do it. I think he could kind of pull it off. Again, I think he's the best. Goldblum is the best. But yeah, I think that probably could do it. Anthony Hopkins, I think, is actually an obvious Dr. John Hammond.
Yeah.
It's just just
Anthony
the
Hopkins
old, just the white hair.
Back.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I had there. Yeah, those are the main ones.
What about you, PM? Got anybody?
I mean, one of the first that came to mind was, I think Pedro Pascal will be really good as Dr. Grant in some capacity. I just think he'd be incredible at that kind of role. It's hard to recast Ian because I just don't know if there's anyone like Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm trying to think of anyone that pops up, and it's maybe like a Ryan Reynolds type, but even then, like, not even.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Jeff
Nick Cage, maybe.
No, because Jeff Goldblum looked like he was 50 in the 90s, and he still looks like he's 50 now. So, like, you need someone that looks old but acts young.
It's the glasses.
Looking for the future
it's the glasses.
ex Mrs. Malcolm.
Brie Larson would be a good Sattler.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Yeah,
she portrayed that really well. I think actually, she does that anyway. She plays that kind of character. Yeah. The only one who has her shit together type of character. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like an old British guy that could be for John Hammond. That's kind of tough because I feel like it has to be British. Like it
he's
can't
Scottish.
be some like but like some thick accent. Like it can't just be an American that's from Texas, you know?
Yes.
Or it's got to be like a technologist type.
I'm
guy.
immediately thinking of Danielle. Your mod.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, she loves the Scotland jokes. That's for sure. Make lots of those.
It's all the same.
I just yell shite all the time. She hates it.
Shite. So good. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I was like, I don't know. Anthony Hopkins feels like a pretty good one for that. But I don't know any older white guys that could play like gray haired.
That's tough.
Yeah, whiffing.
Like a Colonel Sanders type.
Colonel Sanders.
I think I got a pretty good one, but the ones I have for the three I chose are actually all play similar kind of similar characters in other shows currently.
Okay.
So for Dr. Grant, these are going to be outside the box a little bit. Two of them you might have to look up.
Okay.
But for Dr. Grant, Anders Holm from Workaholics, Anders
Holm.
Anders.
So he plays a scientist in the new Godzilla show on Apple.
Which is god awful.
Apple.
Okay.
It's god awful. It's bad,
but so fucking bad.
But he plays that character. And I think he does a good job. They're doing good jobs with their characters. His story is just stupid, but it's a good. He's believable, and he's like kind of oblivious and kind of, silly. It's like the same type of character exactly, the way that he's like serious, but also like I don't like kids. Like Anders could do all that.
Okay.
And then for Dr. Sattler, I think it's Kaya Scolodario. She is in the show The Gentleman right now, and she plays badass locked in chick. She's in a bunch of stuff.
That's a great show, by the way.
It is a great show. And she is like I got shit under control, trust me. And she's like enough action-y. She's had enough action roles that she could do some of the action stuff. And then for John Hammond, I got Tim Robbins as the guy from Silo.
Tim Robbins.
That's a good one. That's good. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. That is a really good one.
He would be good.
He would be good. And
Tim Robbins. So he's in Shawshank Redemption. He's the main character for Shawshank Redemption. But
who would he be?
He would be John Hammond, the old guy.
Oh, he would be. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because Tim Robbins does better than anybody. This whole he's so caught up in his own thing, like his own vision, that he doesn't listen to anybody, and he does that in Silo.
Another good one that I just read because I wanted to see was Brian Cox. He was in Succession. He's the dad. Ooh. The old
he could do
dad.
It, and he's Scottish.
Yeah, he could do it. Yeah,
but he can't say "fuck off." So. So that kind of limits his range a little bit. He only says that 10,000 times in Succession. What about peaking? Did anyone peak? I'd say Sam Neill did.
No.
Yeah, I do too.
Because he literally was in nothing and then showed up again in Jurassic Park.
What else has he been in?
I don't even know, man.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
Blinders. That's right. He was in Peaky Blinders. That's right. I don't know if you've seen that show.
Really?
Really good. He was the Scottish cop. Yeah, he actually had a huge role in that show, and it's really good.
Oh, I could see him being.
Yeah, he's the Scottish agent that tries to go after the Peaky Blinders. Yeah.
Huh.
Other than that, nothing really else. It's just Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
He's in not much. Even the kids were in other stuff. Oh God, the boy. He's in. He's in a bunch of stuff. Even as an adult. God damn it, I had it.
Joseph. I'm looking at it.
I had the list. I had the list yesterday, and now I can't find it. He's in some stuff. Is Eden Peak here? Isn't the girl? Is the girl in? She's in another Spielberg movie too. Samuel L. Jackson, no. Goldblum, no. Obviously, Independence Day. Statler, no. Hammond, maybe. Attenborough. He was famous for something else, though.
You got me, man.
Hammond?
Yeah, the guy who played Hammond, Attenborough.
Yeah, he doesn't he do the voiceovers for the like BBC
yeah, no, for
shows.
Yeah, no, like the the national the BBC
yeah. He does
Earth.
the like Earth shows, right?
Yeah, he's the voice, the narrator of the very, very famous is Planet Earth, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's what
something
it's called.
Like a nature show, and he's done it for a long time.
Both of the kids definitely peaked in this movie, by the way. I'm looking at their
both the kids. Oh, sure.
Yeah. Definitely. Same with BD Wong was in Mulan, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, not his face, so
still Mulan's a pretty
not
good
exactly.
movie.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Who played Dennis?
Can I confess something to you guys and to the rest of the listeners of the podcast?
Also Space Jam, dude. Come on.
And Space Jam.
Oh, of course. When I was a kid, now I grew up as a kid, and my dad loved these movies in the 90s, the action movies. But I grew up in the inner city, and I saw mostly black people. And when I was a kid, in my mind, Sam Neill, Bill Paxton, and Tommy Lee Jones were basically the same actor.
Yep.
I could not differentiate them really in my mind. It took quite some time for me to realize. Oh,
Jurassic Park, all these things, yeah.
They're big action 90s guys. I mean, at some point, Bill Paxton and Tommy Lee Jones look very similar at any given time. And then Sam Neill might as well have been a conglomerate of both of them. I'm just saying, that's just my experience growing up.
No, you're right.
I just want you guys to know. All right.
Oh, I'm white. That happened to me. I couldn't tell you which one was in which.
I just I think it's the same guy.
Yeah.
So when you're like, oh yeah, Sam Neill didn't do anything, I'm like, what are you talking about? He did a bunch of stuff. He did Twister. He did The Fugitive.
Titanic.
He did Titanic. Yeah. He did U.S. Marshals.
U.S. Marshals. He's in all the Men in Black.
Yeah. He's in all the Men in Black.
That's so funny.
Yeah. That's my
funny.
bad. Yeah.
No,
I know
too.
now. I know now.
You know now.
I want you guys to know. I just felt like I needed to just let the whole world know that I struggle with that.
That's kind of what they were going for, frankly.
Thank you.
Yeah. They're just like, yeah, you get a white dude in the I'm whatever.
Good.
And they were all balding.
They were all balding.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Except apparently looking at pictures of Sam Neill right now, he's doing pretty good. 76 still got most.
Wasn't he in the most recent Jurassic Park?
Was he? Yeah. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, that was the whole callback. And he looked good. I was like, wow, shit, that guy didn't age at all.
Wow.
He did look old, though. He looked old in 93. It's funny. He's probably like 28 in this movie. And we're like, how? How is that guy 28?
Oh, yeah. Yep. You know they're all back. All three of them are back. Jurassic World Dominion.
Yeah.
All three of them came back.
They all came back. And of course, I don't know how at this point you don't just go, maybe we shouldn't fucking do this.
Hey, did it make the movie better? No, it didn't. It did not make the movie better. The movie is not better.
Don't help. Callbacks don't help.
Movies suck now.
Yeah. Movies do kind of suck now.
And music. Let's be honest.
Oh, gosh. Good. We're old and bitter.
We're old and bitter.
Get off my lawn.
Oh, my gosh.
Stop doing TikTok dance. Okay, sorry. I won't go there.
Final rating. Let's wrap this baby up. I'm going to give it, for me, a rewatch. Nostalgia rating is like 9 out of 10. Love this movie.
I'm on there. Yep.
For me, rewatching it right now, it's like an 8.7. It barely dropped. And it's only because the CGI didn't age super well, but it still, like, I look at it and I'm like, that was hella impressive for the 90s.
Yeah.
That was crazy good back then. But it barely dropped, dude. I freaking love this movie. I mean, at the end of the movie, I'm like singing the song, John Williams' song, and Tears is like trying to talk to me about. I'm like, give me a minute. Da, na, 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 na. I mean, it's so good. I love this movie. That's my rating.
I'm just now thinking, this movie makes me want to watch the 2000 Godzilla movie.
Yes.
Oh,
so
yeah.
badly.
Is Jeff Goldblum in that?
I forgot. Dude, I love that movie. I forgot about that movie.
Madison Square Garden.
Godzilla, what is it? Godzilla.
It was like Godzilla movie. If he did keto. You know, he was so jacked. Godzilla.
Yeah, but there's so many of them.
And
Godzilla,
and the front of the VHS was his eye.
If you do Godzilla 2000, a different movie comes up from the 90s.
Dude, there's I don't like you guys think Marvel has a deep universe. The Godzilla universe is fucking ridiculous. Like,
yeah, it is.
It is.
And it just got its first award, by the way.
1998. Yeah, deserved. I don't know if you guys have seen Godzilla -1, but it is incredible. Oh my god, no. It is like I left that movie going, I haven't seen a single Godzilla movie that will ever beat this movie. Ever.
Really?
Yeah, it was so goddamn good, and you have to watch it. But
Godzilla
back to this. Okay. Yes. My rating, I'm just gonna go 9 out of 10. I think when I was younger, it was 9 out of 10, and I think it lived up to it now. I know the CGI kind of sucked, but like, man, it's just good. They just did such a good job with the tense scenes and everything flowed together, and they set it up well, and there was, the appropriate amount of jump scares where like it's not like a scary movie, but it's like, oh damn, that like got me a little bit kind of thing.
Yes.
So yeah, 9 out of 10.
Nice.
I'm gonna flip it a little bit. It was like a 6.5 out of 10 before, because I was just it scared the shit out of me. I was so scared. I was also the youngest of my siblings. They would make it worse. My brother Jordan would just mess with me all the time. So like, I just could never enjoy the movie at all. Then I just cinephile watched it. I just gave up. Like, I just gave up trying to watch it like for real. And then none of my friends really were like, we were all scared. We were just too young. I think I watched it like when I was 5 or 6, like way too young. And then, so I was scared of dinosaurs forever, and then now I watched it like as a cinephile last night. Just noticed all the little things. I was like, dude, this movie's awesome. This movie is like, it's really good. It's just good. They didn't overdo it. Like, there were monsters and it was scary, but that's not what what they were trying to get. That's not all they wanted you to take away from this. They wanted you to take away from all the other stuff. It was well written, well done. And it's definitely like one of Spielberg's just biggest achievements for sure. And then you can see how this and Jaws like just opened the door for everything else he's ever done. So I saw all that. Like, I was watching it, knowing all that, and then watching the movie, I was like, dude, this is So good. And he always puts little things in. Like there's a conspiracy out there that Dennis, like his wardrobe changes are just all the characters from the Goonies. So he's wearing Chuck's shirt at the beginning. And he puts
Is he really?
He's what's on the yellow raincoat. That is Sean Astin.
Huh.
And then there's one other one where his mouth. He's like wearing like a jacket that Mouth's wearing. And then everyone's like, this has to be on purpose. And no one's ever said anything.
That's really cool.
Huh.
It's really on the nose. A yellow raincoat and a tropical shirt? Like, really? Like, so.
Wow.
I don't know. But that would be something Spielberg would do and then just never say anything about it for his whole life. And then a movie or like a book will come out after he passes away and everyone's like, by the way, I did that on purpose. Boom, got him. Like I could definitely see him doing that. So I don't know. It just, he's one of the best ever for a reason. And I loved it. 9.1 on my final.
9.1.
Boom. I loved it. I kind of want to watch it again. Now I want to watch the second one.
Yeah.
But of course, they get worse and worse and worse as we go. But
I think so. I can't remember. I don't think the second one was very good or memorable.
There is one part in the second one that is absolutely terrifying, though, that I don't want to watch again. You remember that when they're what is it? Parachute surfing or whatever?
Yep.
Oh,
they go through the fog and then there's just blood all over it's the very beginning.
That is horrifying. You're right.
I think that's the third one.
Is that the third one? The beginning of the third one? And they got to go save the kids?
Yeah.
Because the kids get lost on the island. Yeah, because the plane crashes and that's when they have the brand new modified Tyrannosaurus Rex that it's like faster and stronger and better. Yeah, yeah.
And then it fights the water version or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Platypus or
a lot of traumatic stuff that happened in the 90s as kids.
Yeah.
Terrifying. Just buried.
Kids. Terrifying shit happening to kids.
Yeah, to kids. Yeah, always to kids.
Happening to kids.
Yeah.
Like we don't do that anymore. Kids are cool. Kids are good.
Yeah, exactly. Always to kids. All right, should I take us out, or you want to take us out, Trev?
You take us out. Take us to the finish line.
You know what? You're right. You're freaking retired, dude.
Yeah, I'm retired. I don't do that anymore.
You're super retired. Thanks for listening to the May Contain Action podcast. PM has to go, so we're going to end it. Really appreciate it. Thanks for joining us on this rewatch of Jurassic Park, the original. This is episode 20. Be sure to rate us wherever you can. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave a review, leave a rating. Let us know what you think of it. We're having a great time doing this. Let us know if you have any feedback in our Discord channel. You can join us on Discord. We also have a coffee where you can support us as well and get special advanced access to our new podcast called Obsessed. It's called Obsessed. We look forward to seeing you guys next week with a new movie. We don't know what it is yet, but it's going to be good. We'll see you then. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.